welcome everybody to our 22nd community call on the 22nd of September in 2022. It's a very interesting coincidence with all the numbers, a lot of twos up in here. But we are really happy to have everybody here on the call. We have quite a packed agenda for today. So we're going to kick the call off with Sunny presenting some insights and recaps from ETHMexico. As you all know, we did a hackathon recently. Our team was in Mexico City supporting all the hackers. They're hacking on Superfluid, and he's going to tell you a little bit more about the projects that were built on Superfluid and what the general outcome was. And then, as you know, we also have our podcast up and running. It's called Devs Do Something. It's a technical Web3 podcast run by Sam and Joshua from our team. And then we also have a couple of updates there for you from recent podcasts and the upcoming ones. We just launched another episode today, so definitely stay tuned for that. Then, as you also know, we were launching our Reactor program a couple of months ago, and we have finalized or finished the first cohort. So Yao will give us a good recap and insights from the program, what kind of projects we're building through the program, and what is the general outcome. And then our CTO, Miao, will give a protocol update for all of you guys. And then we also have a guest speaker on the call today, Patrick, who's a COO of Coinshift. So as you know, we recently did a public launch with Coinshift integration, and now DAOs and crypto native businesses can easily stream salaries and automate payroll on their tool with Superfluid streams. This is a huge integration for us and partnership. So we are really, really happy and excited, and definitely want to tell you a little bit more about that as well. And then, as always, we have an open Q&A in the end. So if you have any ideas, questions, comments you want to ask or share, do let us know in the chat or on voice, however you want. So yeah, I think we can kick it off. So yeah, Sunny, the stage is yours.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Becky. I'm going to share my screen and get started. Yeah. Awesome. Hey guys, so last month, the DevX team and I got the chance to go down to Mexico City to talk about and help run our sponsorship of the ETHMexico Hackathon. So today I want to provide you guys a recap of how that all went and everything that came out of it. So ETHMexico is a hackathon sponsored by ETH Global. It was an amazing event, and as always, the ETH Global team crushed it with this one. So it ran from August 19th to the 21st. It was a weekend-long hackathon. And here we saw 580 attendees across 27 different countries. 65% of these attendees were from Latin America, which is amazing. Latin American community, their Web3 community is just unmatched in terms of vibes and energy. So it was a really great experience being around these people. And 46% of these people were actually new to Web3 as a whole. So a lot of these people were seeing technologies like Superfluid and real-time finance for the first time, and honestly had a great time just building and trying out new kind of Web3 tech stacks for the first time. So it's a great experience and a great venue. And one of those 580 attendees was Vitalik Buterin himself, who gave an awesome keynote at the end. So overall, great kind of a hackathon setup. Let's talk about what we were up to there. So the venue itself was amazing. It was really cool, kind of natural setup with natural kind of lighting from the top, some cool plants and stuff, really kind of neat rustic vibe to it. And we had a nice kind of table front and center where we were kind of evangelizing Superfluid and having a lot of people come and learn about real-time finance for the first time. Leading up to the hackathon, we had a couple of speaker engagements with Sam Fomini from our DevX team. Sam was able to talk about Superfluid at a WorldCoin crypto meetup. And speak in front of a lot of prolific people about Superfluid. He then got to get in front of the hackers and deliver a workshop on how to use Superfluid in your hackathon projects. And so that was great and got a lot of kind of hacker engagements leading up to the hackathon, which was awesome. And then finally, when it came time to judging projects, we had a really long queue of people who are looking to pitch their projects to us. As you can see here in this picture in the bottom left, there were a ton of people who were just lining up to share their work that they did on top of Superfluid. And honestly, I kind of felt like I was a shark on Shark Tank with all these people delivering pitches to us. So it was a great time. And yeah, overall, great success. So let's talk about what we offer at ETHMexico. So we had $10,000 in total prizes. This ranged from prizes for the best overall project down to top DeFi project, then the most futuristic / creative application, then a prize for top token investing app, and lastly, the best use of Superfluid with NFTs. And so overall, we had 18 different project submissions vying for these prizes, and 2 of these submissions turned out to become ETHMexico finalists. So they rose to the very top of the crop. And so let's talk about these projects that won our prizes. So our prize winners were, first off, Emergence. Emergence was our #1 project. They also went on to become a ETHMexico finalist, so they got to speak up there in front of the likes of Vitalik himself and Stani from Aave and other big figures about how they used Superfluid in the project and just their project overall. So Emergence itself is a project that allows you to do on-chain DAO video conferencing. So you can basically use zero-knowledge proofs to prove that you, as a DAO member, attended this DAO meeting, this video conference, and get rewarded for it using a Superfluid stream during the duration of your attendance of that video conference. So that was really cool, and the team was really cool too. We then had Kiwik. Kiwik was a really neat creative hack, and they also went on to become finalists. They basically provide a marketplace for creators and game developers to buy and sell NFTs and game-related 3D assets. And they essentially incorporated Superfluid to allow people to subscribe to a premium version of the marketplace, as well as implement a buy now, pay later function, which was really cool, a really cool DeFi idea as well. For our top DeFi hack, we had Shortstop, which allows you to dollar cost average into short positions using Superfluid streams. They've now kind of renamed themselves to Shave, which is pretty clever, and they're actually looking to get out there and start deploying things on mainnet and everything. So definitely give them a follow on Twitter. And lastly, we had Workies. Workies is a HR payroll provider that allows you to kind of tokenize your salary, your Superfluid salary, into an NFT and get liquidity and borrow against it. So those were our prize winners. Awesome. So that was us at ETHMexico. Let's talk about what's next. So currently happening, we have ETH Online. It started on September 2nd and it's going on until September 28th. We're seeing a lot of cool projects coming up. We've had like over 70 projects mentioned that they're using Superfluid. So looking forward to seeing all the cool projects and developer action that comes out of this one. As you can see, our developer support channels and our channel in ETH Global, it's just filled up with tons of questions. And so a lot of developer activity on this one. Coming up in the next 2 weeks, we have ETH Bogota. This will be happening down in Bogota, Colombia. It's an IRL hackathon happening over the weekend. So looking forward to getting down there with the DevX team again and helping out these hackers in the Latin American community with their projects. And so that'll be a good time. It's also in the lead up to DevCon, which is interesting as well. And then last but not least, we have the Superfluid Wave Pool, which I want to make sure that you guys are aware of. It is our 24/7, 365 Superfluid hackathon. Basically, it's here for you to submit any work that you have pertaining to Superfluid. And we're going to be able to basically round up your submissions to the Wave Pool at the end of each month and kind of give them a prize. And you'll be able to basically get recognition and rewards for the Superfluid related work that you do. And so this is happening right now. You can submit at any time. And so it's here for you to basically get incentives for building on top of Superfluid. So anyway, Vicky, thanks for the floor. I'll pass it on to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sunny. I was also monitoring the chat while you were presenting, and we also have Cree on the call today from ETH Global, and really nice to see her here. So she is managing all the hackathons and helping set them up. So that's great that she's here. Hi.
Hi. Yes. Hello, everyone. Yeah, ETHMexico, super strong projects that came out of it. Super excited to see some of the members of the teams here too. I feel like the Superfluid community is just really awesome and very strong, and I can't wait to see everyone in Bogota.
Awesome. Yeah, I can't wait to see you as well. And Sam, welcome to the call. Sam was building the Kiwi project, so nice to see you here on the call as well. Great. I think we can move on with Josh and our podcast.
Yeah, so Sam F, our Sam is Superfluid, has been absolutely killing it. Working on this podcast, he and I do a couple of episodes of basically just really dense technical content. We're trying to get on some people that some names that you guys recognize as people that have some really good deep technical insight. Some of these guys are like we got Big Tech Sucks on recently, the Viper compiler guy. We got Austin Griffith. We got actually the most recent one. I think it just came out today, if I'm not mistaken. But he's actually an engineer from MakerDell. So it's been really, really cool so far. Looks like Mike just dropped a link there. We're on a couple different platforms, so please do check it out. Send us any feedback you guys have, and thanks so much.
Thanks, Josh. Actually, we also have a quick poll here. 1 second. So we're really curious for you to know who actually has listened to the podcast already. So do let us know how many of you have listened to some episodes, or you want to check it out later, or you haven't checked it out at all. To let us know. I'll give like a couple of more seconds and then I'll share the results. I definitely recommend, even though it's technical podcast, there's definitely valuable content to listen to. Okay, I'm going to end it now and share the results. So some of you already have listened to the podcast, which is great. And a lot of you are going to check it out later. So do definitely do that. I highly recommend it. All the links are in the chat. So definitely check it out. Great. Then, without further ado, Yao, the stage is yours.
Yeah, hey everybody. Let me just share my screen. Can everybody see my screen?
Yep.
All right.
Presentation.
Yes, exactly. So first, about Reactor program. What is Reactor program? Let me just remind everybody, it's an accelerator program that helping high potential teams to build on Superfluid and launch as independent Web3 ventures. We help the team from product refinement to technical guidance until fundraising. The sessions we offer include one-to-many workshops and also one-on-one office hours. Up to today, we have more than 500 projects built on top of our protocol. And for the first cohort, we had 10 admissions. 8 are presented during the demo day. The projects range from DeFi payments to DAO tooling to NFT, Web3 socials, and gaming metaverse. So it's quite diverse. Half of our founders are second-time founders for the first cohort. Now here, I want to showcase 4 projects and the teams behind. First, Aqueduct. Aqueduct is a streaming AMM that allows swapping and earning tokens per second. How does it work? As a user, you need to initiate a stream with a flow rate of 1 asset, and the other asset will be streamed back to you. So you stream in, and the other asset will be streamed out to you. Liquidity providers will also provide liquidity in streams. So there is no TVL in the pool, making it super efficient. I invite you to check out their Twitter page and their docs if you want to know more about how the swapping price is calculated, all the details, etc. About the team, they are one of the winners of Hack Money 2022. The team is a talent group of software developers, Josh, John, Matt. They are very tech-oriented. Second, GeoWeb. GeoWeb is a fair and a productive property rights system for anchoring digital media to physical locations. GeoWeb land parcels are NFTs that corresponds to physical world locations. It uses partial common ownership, aka Harburger tax, for administering its land market and funding public goods. Check out their website if you want to know more. About the team, Griven and Cody are active community members. They reached out to us to integrate Superfluid for their land parcel tax payment. Griven has funded other projects already, and he's quite good at presenting his ideas. We are very happy to see them in our community. Third, Boardwork. Boardwork is bringing total return swaps to DeFi to provide cheap leverage to speculators and stable income streams to DAOs or funds. It's best to explain the total return swaps in an example. You can see two characters here, Paul and Ryan. Paul is a conservative investor. He wants to eliminate his risk in exchange for a fixed yield. Ryan, on the other side, he's a DeFi degen. So he's confidently bullish and wants easy leverage. Okay, so the deal is Ryan is going to pay $10 per month to Paul to be able to access the profit that Paul's ETH can generate. If the ETH goes up $50, Paul is going to pay Ryan $50. But if the ETH goes down $50, then Ryan will pay Paul $50. So basically, Ryan is taking more risks to be able to benefit from the upper price of the ETH that Paul owns, which is a total return swap. Well, if you want to know more, check out their landing page. Now about the team. Carson participated in Road to Web3 2022 hackathon, but he did not win a prize at that time. However, he showed up in our after hackathon hangout session to showcase what he was building, and he wanted to find partners to build together. Since then, he is very engaged and has made lots of progress. Fourth, MedFinance, the ad protocol for Web3. It connects advertisers with publishers via real-time money streams and offers creators a way to monetize their content in Web3 social media. So advertisers open real-time money streams to publishers to run campaigns. Campaigns will be shown on Web3 social media, like Lens, for example. Anonymized impressions are combined with on-chain data for pure CPA. CPA is cost per action in the ads industry. They also aim to onboard content creators and their followers to Web3 social via trust tokens. Check out their app if you want to know more. Now about the team. Carlos has hacked with our protocol in multiple hackathons. He has led teams in analytics and advertising. Together with his teammates, they aim to disrupt the traditional advertising model and create a more fair system in Web3. Of course, there are other excellent teams that I did not mention here, but do check out our demo day recording video if you want to see more. I will share the link in the end. Now let me give some insights about the demo day. We had 8 teams presented on the demo day, and around 30 investors had participated. We organized the demo day in our Gather space, so it was fun and productive. Right now, the team are meeting different investors following our introductions. Well, thanks for your attention. Feel free to check out our demo day recording on the link here. I can drop that also in the chat box later, all the links. And also, if you want to know more details, check out our landing page. That's all from me. Thank you, Victoria.
Thanks, Yao. It's really cool to see all the projects coming together and building cool stuff. And I really hope that some of them actually keep on building and actually get funding in the end. So definitely interesting to see that. yeah, if you guys want to know more about the projects or anything, you can also just ping us on Discord and we can put you in touch with the teams or share some more information. So do let us know. Yeah, and I think we are good to carry on. Thank you, Yao. She put the link also in the chat, so do check that out, the recording of the demo day. But we can also continue our call with the protocol update from our CTO, Miao.
Thanks, Victoria. Let me share the screen. Yeah, so I just give everyone a quick update about what's going on in the Superfluid protocol in the last month or two and what's going to happen in the future. So yeah, so we just released Ethereum contracts 1.4 and deployed to all our networks, mainnets. So actually the updates already in our newsletter. So I do encourage everyone go to our website, and in the bottom you should see a subscription button. Say we should be releasing a newsletter every month now. We had our first one, so there's some detail already there if you have read it. So highlights of the 1.4, we migrated all the revert message to Solidity custom errors finally. We wanted to do that in 1.3, but I had a couple of hiccups related to the dev environments, but we tried it again this time and they're all fine. So went well. A little bit gas saving, not much, but better development ergonomics for sure. So that's a plus. We also finalized the minimum buffer support for tokens feature. So that means that we, from protocol perspective, we are ready for the ETH mainnet. So to describe in briefly what is the minimum buffer support for is that as you all know that on mainnet the gas price is significantly higher than all the networks we are supporting. So in order to make the protocols sound economically, we will be introducing a minimum buffer. So if you create a really tiny stream, the minimum buffer amount would ensure that the economics is sound, so that the Sentinel system can still function without having incur any loss. Right. So that's the key to unlock the mainnet readiness. Now we are officially ready, and we'll keep you updated on that front. The other is called an app rule extension. It does solve a long-standing work for super apps developer that deal with multiple outgoing streams. So we modified the rule and made it more reasonable, let's say, with a little bit pros and cons, of course. So you could read a bit more about what is app credit in our wiki page. So not many people know about that page probably, but if you go to our protocol moon repo, if you are interested in the technical part, there's a section called about super app credit. There's a couple of technical notes, not as definitely not as good as our docs.superfluid finance. It's more of a technical notes, sometimes a little bit scribbling, but definitely you would find interesting details that you would not find elsewhere. So if you're interested, have a look. The last one is we have a new utility that shipped with the protocol. It's called Agreement Forwarder. Again, it's a bit internal thing, but it addresses, where's my notes actually? The picture overrides everything. But so now what you can see is that if you use this feature, which will be integrated in our SDK also. So if you use the Superfluid before a couple of times, you may have noticed that in the Etherscan, it's not very legible in terms of what actually going on in your account. So with this new utility, you will be able to see from Etherscan a very clear description. Actually, it's about a create flow, right? So that's one plus. side of it, although it's not integrated into our SDK or dashboard or console yet, but protocol level is ready. So we'll be moving, we'll be having the support in our SDK and dashboard and console dashboard, so that they'll become automatically for you in the future, very near future. The other thing you could do is that you could actually operate the Superfluid without going to our dashboard anymore. I'm not encouraging you to do that, but I'm just saying that it's possible now. So if you go to EtherScan and if you get the agreement forward address from our docs, you'll be able to simply do create flow with all the parameters you set here. All right, then you can create a flow without using a specialized dashboard like what we have at Superfluid. So that's a utility available now. So what's next? So yellow paper is coming finally, and so if you want to try to find out the progress, you can try to find it in our mono repo. It's hidden somewhere, but I'm sure if you're digging into, you'll find it. Next community call, probably I can give more update about it. So we're also leveling up our super app games. So we're building a couple of essential super token gadgets so that they can be used as kind of utility type of thing and deployed by our community member. We will not be deploying any of them, but we'll be publishing the code. There's also called exotic super games. Actually, we have a discussion session in our mono repo, and there's something called ESG. That's where we list a couple of game ideas if you want to build, or if you want to contribute your idea. So we may be able to pick up. And we'll be building these with best practices and tooling. So it's all about leveling up the super app games. Super app games. Yeah. It's like example projects that we already have, but with a bit more usable purpose, and it can be deployed by our community member. So it's not just for hackathon examples per se, but also have a little bit usable purpose. It won't be a big collection, but it is something that we want to be leading the game of building super apps, so giving people a bit more support on that front. This is probably a bit of longer term stuff, but I do want to mention that now we're at a stage that we want to actually reaching out to our Web3 community a bit more. So Super Token has a lot of superpowers, right? But many don't really have its ERCs. So that's something that we haven't done much, but it's going to be changed fairly soon. So what we'll be doing is that we'll be adopting promising existing ERCs. That might be meaning that we'll have to change our Super Token a little bit by adopting existing standards, right? So that's something we'll be definitely willing to do in the long run. And there's certain things that spearheaded by us. It's not, doesn't have any existing ERC yet. We'll be actually proposing those, but as something that we'll be proposing before we actually implementing it. So it'll be more of a process that having people to, ERC, right? So request for the comments. Then once everything is a bit more stable, then we'll be moving to adopting them. So things like constant flow payment primitives, things like proportional distribution primitives, these will all have its ERC in the long run. So adapting the super token to use these ERCs over time, that's the overall objective. So I think that's it. I have just a couple of notes here. So yeah, thanks, Royce. Back to you, Vicky.
Thank you, Miao. Thank you for all the updates. Sounds really, really exciting. And yeah, everybody who has a technical background, definitely check out our mono repo, join the discussion. And as you heard already, community members are key when developing new super apps or features or anything. So do check it out, ping us on Discord and join the conversation basically and the discussion. Yeah, do we have any questions meanwhile before we move on from the audience? Anything for Miao, anything for previous speakers, presentations? If not, then I'm excited to give the stage to Mike and Patrick, who's going to tell you a little bit more about the recent big integration that we just did.
Thank you, Vicky. So yeah, I think to do justice to introduce Patrick in the best possible way, I'm going to share my screen and play a short video, and then I'll make a proper introduction. So give me a second here, and you should have sound on so you can hear the video as well.
Payroll management can be a headache for crypto-native organizations, given their global operations, unique compensation models, and stringent security requirements. Fortunately, they can rely on Coinshift and its recent integration of Superfluid to make payroll operations a breeze. With Coinshift's extremely user-friendly dashboard, DAOs and crypto-native businesses can securely, simply, and efficiently manage their payroll from one convenient location. Hundreds of crypto-native companies like Aave, Masari, and Polygon are using Coinshift to manage over $1 billion in assets. And with Coinshift's native integration of Superfluid streams, HR managers can set up payroll for hundreds of employees with a single transaction, potentially saving their organization thousands of dollars in gas fees in just a few clicks. Payroll streams flow in perpetuity until you need to adjust compensation, and they allow contributors to get paid every second instead of bi-weekly or monthly. It's a win-win-win. HR managers save time on payroll without having to worry about chasing multi-sigs every month or manually executing hundreds of separate transactions. Meanwhile, crypto-native organizations save on gas fees and operations admin, and employees can make use of their money as soon as they earn it. Together, Coinshift and Superfluid put crypto-native payroll on autopilot, enabling Web3 communities to maximize treasury efficiency and focus on building innovative technologies. Book a Coinshift demo and experience the power of payroll streams today.
Great. So Coinshift is basically starting a revolution in the DAO payroll industry by simplifying all the operations that payroll managers have to do every day or every week to actually execute payroll in crypto. They are more than just a payroll solution. They are a treasury management solution. So they are building infrastructure to help DAOs run their backend operations. And Patrick happens to be the COO. So it was a pleasure to have you here, Patrick. Maybe you want to say a couple more words. I don't know if this was enough to cover the basics of Coinshift.
You did a great job, and thank you for having me. Looking at my image here, it's late and I have this really spooky appearance, so I apologize for that. I need to probably get someone to come in here and actually do my lighting, so this isn't so strange. But anyway, it was a great introduction, not surprising. We've been working with Superfluid. I'm not sure when the cooperation started. I mean, we were a user of Superfluid. I hope one of your first users. We loved it. So Coinshift is a company. So I get to see both sides, I guess, maybe all three sides. So as a partner, as a user and provider of the solution now, couldn't be happier. Love working with the team. We're building out a full service treasury solution. There's a lot of components to that. Certainly payouts is one big part of it. And pretty early on, we said for automated payouts, really for Web3, what's just the natural solution? Where's the market likely going? And for us, it was clear it was streaming. We did some research, a lot of different groups we talked to, quickly kind of centered on all of our activities around Superfluid. Love the technology. Team is fantastic. Just can't say enough about partnering with them. So yeah, it provides a huge complement to our solution. We feel that for organizations that want to do these automated payments, streaming is the way to go, and we're trying to bring something new to the table as well. So we build everything on top of Gnosis Safe. So our target market now is Gnosis Safe users who want, say, more complete treasury management solution. Yeah, we've been quite successful. We've seen tremendous growth. By the way, the only solution available now is our initial solution, but we have what we call Coinshift V2, and this is where we've integrated Superfluid. This is really the future for us. and it's available in beta, kind of a guarded beta, but we're now starting to open it up more and more. So you can either reach out to me or to anyone at Superfluid, and we can get you access to that. We'd love your feedback. Yeah, so we're pretty excited because it's just launched, and we're very excited to bring it to all of our existing users. That's really one of the main things we want to focus on now with some of our new users, because this fits in perfectly with yeah, our strategy longer term where we want to go. So again, thanks for having me. Love to answer any questions.
Yeah, before we hand it over to the community and we have a long Q&A later, maybe it's worth spending a couple of seconds on why streaming, right? So why did you guys decide to add streaming to the mix? Like, it was already quite effective with the with the mass payouts, right? Where every month you can just pay out to everyone in your team by setting a little bit of like, addresses and amount. So like, why moving over to a streaming solution, which adds somewhat complexity in this kind of mental cognitive effort of moving from transactions to the world of real-time finance?
Yeah, I mean, there is friction in the sense of education, because not everyone understands what this is or how they can implement it. But from my experience, once you can kind of get past that initial skepticism, confusion, start to show them, then I think they quickly grasp the advantages. And those are things like, yes, we do mass payouts, for example. It's very beneficial. You want to pay a number of your contributors every 2 weeks, every month. You want to do that in one transaction. With Coinshift, you have your own context database. So you can pay 20, 50, whatever, 100 users. It's very convenient. However, that also it takes time. You need to do it monthly. If these are regular contributors, it really brings up the question, why not just have something in place where with setting up once, you can just run it and it automatically kind of pays your employees. And also nicely with Coinshift and Superfluid, you can even edit those streams later. So just one transaction, set everything up. It could be multiple streams, or just like we do the mass payouts to do individual transactions, we can do a big mass streaming payout with Superfluid. But then later, if some of those streaming employees maybe receive a salary increase, you can go back and edit those individually, et cetera, et cetera. So without a doubt, I think the big advantage is convenience. The DAOs we talk to, it's not so much now about plus minus money, it's just time, and they don't want to have to deal with a lot of these things that you're kind of forced to do, especially in a multi-sig environment, which makes things even more complex. I don't know if many of you manage around multi-sig, but it can be a challenge, constantly having to get people around to approve transactions. Someone has to be kind of in charge of that. Oftentimes you have more senior multi-sig people who don't view certain transactions as a priority. They're kind of forced to do a lot of other things. So this kind of set it and forget it, put it on autopilot is our users kind of respond really well to this message. So I think once we can get them started, they immediately kind of see the benefits. And also and this, I think, they're going to be the real drivers, the actual users of the solution are the people who are getting paid, right? It's just so convenient. I don't know how many people here are actually paid through by stream, by having your salary streamed, as I am. But for me, it was kind of like something going from fax, whatever, to, or maybe mail to email, right? Just something, once you do it, you just don't want to go back. It's so convenient. Yeah, I think without a doubt, the number one reason for moving to stream salaries is just the overall convenience.
I see. Yeah, I think we have Jade here, who is being in charge of setting up streams with Coinshift. So maybe Jade, if you want to say a couple of words to Patrick, how you're finding it.
Yeah, of course. So as Mike said, I predominantly set up all the streams for our employees, for anyone that wants to be paid in a stream. So we've just transitioned over from obviously Superfluid dashboard to using Coinshift, and it has just been so easy. Just being able to upload all the streams, And the auto top up feature is obviously something that, again, just removes an extra step in our sort of process, obviously having to manually top things up. So the fact that that's now built in, again, just makes everything so much easier for us. So yeah, everything's gone so smoothly so far. So thanks for obviously getting everything sorted so we're able to use it. And as I said, sort of free up some extra time for me. So
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for that. That's great to hear.
Yeah, and maybe if someone is paid in a stream and feels like sharing a couple words on how it feels, please do before Patrick has to go.
Yeah, I can just jump in really quick. I'm actually one of the first people to get paid in a stream. I got paid while working as a contractor for someone a while back. And so it kind of was actually what like blew my mind and got me into Web3 itself. It kind of entices me in a couple of ways. So first off, I worked in TradFi before, you know, long hard hours, and I kind of like felt like I was delivering value in real time, but only getting paid like, you know, twice a week, twice a month. And so, you know, when I started getting paid in a stream, I kind of like felt like I was, you know, getting value for the value I was playing out. It was a better match, and so that was kind of a great feeling. And it's also just really cool, you know, just opening up the dashboard and seeing your balance tick up in real time. It's kind of it's really neat, and it's also kind of motivating, like feeling that you're getting reward for your work in real time. It's just a great feeling. So I think the bottom line is like it feels right, and it also, you know, I'm just glad to be getting paid this way.
Cool. Yeah. So do we have any other questions for Coinshift? I don't know, Javier, maybe you have been with us for a while now. You've been very much active. I don't know if you have played with salary streams yourself or planning to, but it would be good to hear from our community.
Well, actually, I haven't much to say. It's very clear, the concept, and it looks like it's very easy to implement. If I would have a company and I would have people to pay with, I will for sure pay with the streaming and with Coinshift. Indeed, it's not really much to say. It's so easy and so good. I think really it's not pain points here.
Cool. So yeah, Patrick, what's next? Go for it. Go for it.
Oh, yeah. I just want to say one thing on the streaming. I'm so happy that when we started with Superfluid, it was as a user. I think that was really important. And then also testing out their ecosystem, right? Like I'm a Ricochet user as well. And so, but I think that's really critically important, right? To complete the solution. But I remember when I was kind of like having a bad day or whatever, and I just kind of go to my stream on Superfluid and just watch it like slowly build up every second. You know, you're kind of depressed whenever things are not working bad. It's actually kind of rather zen to just watch, you know, every second the salary just starts to go up, and you know, it actually makes you feel a little bit better. So that's an also added benefit of Superfluid. Yeah. What's next? We're building out comprehensive treasury management solutions. So we're going to have Superfluid. And we've already built that in. It's a key part of the solution. We're building a lot of other things. Some things are already there. One huge thing for us, and what I mean, and Superfluid builds into this, is consolidated reporting. So unlike just your classic Gnosis safe, we do basically organizational treasury management on the basis of an organization. So you have many Gnosis safes through Coinshift into one kind of integrated organization. So you can have one safe maybe that does your streaming of salaries with Superfluid, and another safe is for asset management on Polygon, asset management on Mainnet, you know, grants on Avalanche. Superfluid's multi-chain strategy fits perfectly with ours, by the way, so that's another benefit. But we want to bring all that together. We're starting to do that. We already support about 7 chains. So I'm really looking forward to where I want to go with all this is to have consolidated reporting, so GAAP reporting, what we're calling GAAP 3.0, income statement, balance sheet, cash flow, and you're going to see your streaming salary just kind of build into that in real time. It's going to be like a key part of that. So that's where we're heading. You'll see a lot more on asset management coming up soon. I think another thing there will be to kind of get the streaming in, so streaming of asset management as well, something we need to start to look at. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things coming up that I'm pretty excited about. So yeah, we'll see how it plays out. But from a payments point of view, Superfluid will be, you know, one of our core solutions. And by the way, it's our first what we call core integration into our products. So We're not going to do a lot of them, but yeah, it's like we only, I mean, obviously we partner with other people in certain areas and for certain things, but we don't do a lot of these kind of like what we call core integrations. And this was the first, so really happy about it. Anyway, Ken, thank you so much for having me here.
Thanks, Patrick. I think, we are running a campaign right now. You can actually get 3,000 DAI if you refer a DAO who starts streaming with Coinshift and Superfluid. You can see more in the tweet and the link in the chat. If you know a DAO that you believe should start streaming with Coinshift and Superfluid, please refer that to us. And we're gonna, if you are among the first 5, you get a reward of 3,000 DAI. Just wanted to mention that while we were talking, we received an inbound request for a demo where they were asking us to also be adding tax withholding for payroll streams. So we'll see what these requirements are in the coming days, and we'll convey that to you guys so that we can actually coordinate this, also the product roadmap eventually together from our side and your side. And also, I think that the whole suite of treasury management might also include this kind of financial side of treasury, thinking about how to balance the assets. So maybe there is a role there for Ricochet Exchange or exchanges in general in real time, which could be a very powerful play, including things that can generate yield overall. So we can discuss that as well. Opening up a Q&A now. So Patrick, if you can stay with us 5-10 minutes, we can have the broader call Q&A. So Vicky, the floor is yours.
Yes, actually, while you guys were talking about Coinshift and all, and I know that you guys recently launched a V2 as well, I was just curious, what has the reaction been with your customers and other projects that are using your dashboard, like what the reaction has been?
Yeah, I mean, it's been great. And just to give you some numbers, this is a guarded release. So we have about 40 organizations that we've kind of invited to V2, whereas our V1, which is existing solution, if you go into our on the web now, that's our V1 solution. So we have about 40 organizations. We did this very slowly for the first few months. It was under 10. Okay, so under 10 for the first few months after this guarded launch. Now we're starting to open it up. We did in those first 3 months the same volume of transactions that we did in 8 months of launching V1, and that was a full, everyone, wide open solution. Anyone could use it. So with under 10 organizations, it was kind of amazing. In fact, we just hit 100 million payouts with V1, $100 million in payouts, and V2. The response has been so good that I would guess probably within 2 more months we'll surpass the volume we've seen that we have right now from V1. So it's been amazing. And I think the key has been being able to combine multiple safes into one kind of organizational view. And I think that's really been kind of the game changer. So I'm really curious. I think streaming is kind of part of a larger kind of treasury strategy that many organizations have, and I hope many more will have, and that's probably going to be isolated around one safe where they do that streaming. So I think it fits in perfectly with our strategies. So yeah, the volumes we've seen have been amazing. Yeah, pretty happy about it. And by the way, we've seen 20%, even in this market, maybe it's not the best market, we're getting about over 20% month over month growth. So yeah, it's going pretty well.
That's really cool. Thank you for sharing the numbers.
And that's active safe. So it's actually the growth maybe more, but we filter out, we just really try to focus on where we have safes where the users are actually active and using it. So we set some, criteria. So yeah, those are real, those are solid numbers.
Oh, this is really exciting. Congrats. Definitely well done on the growth side.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we hope also that people stream a lot more now since after the integration. So definitely we're curious to see that. And yeah, we have been active and kind of raising the conversation on social media as well. So if you guys see us tweeting and talking about payroll streaming on Twitter, definitely feel free to join the conversation and take part in the challenge that Mike mentioned. The tweet is in the chat, so definitely check it out. Exciting stuff, Ben says. Yes, it is very exciting. It's like a very game-changing technology, for sure. But yeah, we are opening up the floor for general Q&A. If anybody wants to comment on something, ask questions, even if it's not related to payroll streaming, do feel free to either ask in the chat or on voice, however you want and feel comfortable with. We're here to help you out. Or if any of you is hacking currently on a project, let us know what you're building. We're excited to hear what our community is working on.
Hi, I'm hacking very intensively for the ETH Online. We have the submission in on Sunday, and actually I quite advanced. It's not the project that I wanted finally, the total project, but more or less it's a kind of super pool created from scratch where we can only stream and deposit, and then we take the liquidity, we stake on Aave, and then we use the Aave stake for collateral other members of the pool. And then we use the lens profile of the people to allow the credit to be delegated. It means that you can only request a credit if you have a profile on Lens. And then in the credit approval, we have 4 steps. First, if one of the members of the pool want to take the credit, the delegation in his balance, he can take it full. If not, the second step, after a certain time threshold, if 10 members want to take one portion of the credit, they can take it. And if not, the pool will take the 50%. And then every user can reject the credit, because if not, you don't feel safe if you put money in the pool. That's it. Actually, I want to put to add some other functionalities, but more or less that is what I'm going to present. And it's from scratch. I didn't use the software I developed for the Superpool. It's much more simpler, this Superpool.
That's super cool. Are you hacking alone on this, or do you have a team?
Yeah, no, I'm hacking alone, and I'm always hacking alone because I have a side project which is it's a kind of a scaffold for Angular devs. And then the first 2 hackathons I was working with a team, but as none had experience in Angular, at the end I was only doing front end, and my purpose was to learn Solidity and Web3. That's why at the end of the day I'm hacking along, and but at the same time I'm developing the Angular Web3 project.
That's cool. Very exciting. I'm really curious to know, like, why did you incorporate Lens and the Lens profiles? Is it to verify the users in the end?
Yeah, because one of the prizes from Aave is to use credit delegation using Lens.
Smart. I mean, Lens protocol is growing really fast, so we see a lot of projects that are building on top of Superfluid and also incorporating Lens. So that's a very interesting move. Yao is ready to see your final submission, ready to judge.
It won't be not so good as it sounds.
It will be great. We're definitely excited to see what everybody is going to submit. But how do you feel? Like, usually hackathons are just 1 weekend. Like, how was to hack like the whole month? Is it enough time? Is it better than just a weekend, or what do you feel like?
I started only one week ago. I'm only using 2 weeks of the hackathon, and when I had the idea that actually it's okay. And then the first, if you have so much time at the beginning, you are opening all of the things that you want to do, and the project is growing and growing. And then as long as you go on closer to the deadline, then it's going smaller, and start the stress. That's why now I'm in this period. Actually, I'm cutting and saying, okay, I'm going to present this.
Yeah, cutting or like a project or like cutting it down is the hardest part, I feel like, in any case. But cool, we're excited to see what you submit, Donoso. Let me just quickly see the chat as well. So what Amin said also to Sunny's comment, paying salaries in streams is also a great way of attracting talent, which is true. So basically now, if you would work for Superfluid in your contract, there will be like a salary, a monthly salary, and the flow rate. So if you choose to get your salary in a stream, you also see a flow rate in your contract, which is really, really cool. So definitely will attract curious talent who are interested in the bleeding edge of technology. Great chat, everyone. Yeah, thank you for joining Indie Brokers. Congrats on the success. Thank you, thank you. Anyone else? Any comments? Any questions? Anyone wants to share anything with us before we close the call for today?
Can I ask something like some suggestion for our project that we are making for ETH Global Online? Can I ask it?
Yeah, of course. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. So we are like trying to make a streaming platform where like the streamer and also the viewers who watching the stream can earn money by watching stream. So we are what we are like trying to implement here is we have some space for advertisement, and like whenever someone put their like banner or post of advertise, so they have to like pay some amount for a particular time. Like it's depend on like how much people are watching the stream, and like how much time do you want like show your post or like advertisement to people's. So yeah, currently we are facing some problem, but is that like right way to use like we are using instant distribution SDK, JavaScript SDK for like distributing money to like streamer and like to viewers. So is that, yeah, I'm just like wanted to explain my projects, like our project.
Yeah, definitely feel free to do so.
Any, yeah,
I think
any
Sunny
suggestion for us?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, any suggestion for us like to do this thing, and any?
I think Sunny and Josh can comment on that better than myself. If you guys can jump in.
Yeah, I could add, I think it'll be interesting to see like social tokens being streamed over the course of viewership. So as you're watching the video, you're earning like social tokens. You hit play, you start the stream, you hit, stop or pause, you stop the stream. That might be bulky from a transaction standpoint, but I think also the interesting aspect there is, for every view, you give like a distribution unit or something. And as you continue to view videos, you accrue greater kind of share of kind of distributions of funds or whatever kind of token it is going through the platform for incentives to viewers. I think it's an interesting mechanism to explore, and I think I like the project.
Yeah, thank you, Sunny.
Yes, Moody, also if you have any questions or need technical help, do join our Discord, and our team will be there and happy to help you out with any other questions that you will have before your submission.
No, I don't have any question right now.
Great, awesome. Thank you for joining the call. I'm just quickly checking the chat as well. That's what we are looking for. Can we collab on social media advertising platform? Definitely, if anyone wants to collab with other team or with us or needs any support, let's talk on Discord. That's our main channel to discuss any open questions and hackathon projects. We're also doing an open office hour tomorrow on our Discord. That means Sunny, Josh, and myself are gonna hang out on Discord on our office hour voice channel. Feel free to join. Just ask questions, pitch your project, or just join the conversation and hang out with us. So we'll be there tomorrow. I will make a quick reminder on Discord as well. So definitely join and come and chat with us. But we're gonna end the call here. Thank you everybody for joining in. It was really, really great to hear from everybody and from all the presenters today. So thank you all and see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
See you guys.
Bye, everyone. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye, thank you.
Bye-bye.